When you're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them. When you walk, I want you to do like this. We're gonna do boom, 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 boom. You keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, 92 pound weight difference. Almost 100 pound weight difference. It's insane. And it's called one thing. That's called being a bully.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis recently joined forces with boxing legend Mike Tyson for an intense, no-nonsense training session ahead of his upcoming showdown with Jake Paul. The gym buzzed with energy as Tyson passed on his signature ferocity and technical precision. He personally drilled Davis on explosive punching, head movement, body rotation, and fight-ending uppercuts. Observers said Tank looked sharper than ever, channeling Tyson's aggression with his own blistering speed. With Tyson's mentorship, Davis appears more dangerous than ever heading into the Paul fight.
You're trying to get your head out of the center line.
No, well, you want to get out the center, but the objective for him to throw the punch is so you can counter. And if he throws the punch here, you count here, you go to here, and you're still outside.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. So you want them to miss, and when they miss, that's your opportunity.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can punch while he's punching, you can throw boom at the same time. As he's punching, boom, you go down.
Absolutely.
It's all about moving after you punch. As soon as you punch, you're gone. Whatever it is, boom, side, whatever it is, you have to go.
I love that foot movement. Is that something that Casamaro taught you?
Yeah, twisting.
Twisting is what it's called.
The matchup between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is scheduled for November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida. It was initially to be held in Atlanta, but was moved after concerns from the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission over how large the weight difference is between the two fighters.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight, and now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this, but Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
The much-hyped clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is officially set for November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. The event was initially planned for Atlanta, but was relocated after the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission raised concerns over the extreme weight difference between the two fighters, a gap that continues to stir heated debate across the boxing.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrio, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Tyson, who has shared the ring with Jake Paul, has issued a warning as Paul prepares to face Gervonta Davis. Tyson knows firsthand the pressure of fighting Paul, the power, the unpredictability, and the spotlight that comes with it. Yet, he also understands the danger of facing someone as explosive and technically sharp as Davis. While Paul may hold the edge in size and youth, Tyson believes Tank's timing, speed, and one-punch knockout power make him a serious threat despite the weight gap. His words suggest Paul might be underestimating just how lethal Davis can be.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round. Then the next day I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh yeah, a little bow at the end, he bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up and told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
Training with Tank, Tyson admitted something that turned heads. Jake Paul's punches carry serious power. Tyson revealed that after sparring with him, his body was sore all over. Coming from one of boxing's most feared knockout artists, that's no casual compliment. It underscored that Paul's strength isn't fabricated hype. It's real. Tyson's comments validated Jake's work ethic and fundamentals, showing he's evolved beyond the YouTuber label into a legitimate boxer capable of doing real damage.
I mean, I have to ask you, would you ever remake your famous video game? Bring it to the next generation consoles, my friend?
Hey, I'm just happy to be alive. Thank
What
you.
about, I mean, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank is a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you. Okay, bye.
Fans and pundits have long drawn comparisons between Gervonta Davis and Mike Tyson, from their devastating knockout power to their fearless, larger-than-life personas. Yet those comparisons come with context. Davis competes in a different weight class, under a different era, and within a new cultural landscape of boxing. Tyson's legend was built in a time when his dominance defined the heavyweight division. Davis is now carving his own legacy, one that's distinct, but undeniably inspired by the same raw intensity.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson?
Nah,
What do you call your style?
I don't know. I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person.
A brawler, like somebody that's like.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like. Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole pack. I don't know. I'm me.
Davis himself has often distanced from the next Tyson label. He says while the comparison is flattering, it's not entirely accurate. I'm more of a boxer puncher, Davis explained. Tyson was a pure brawler. He acknowledges Tyson's greatness, but points out that his own approach relies more on strategy, timing, and setups rather than intimidation.
Tank Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
When asked about being compared to Gervonta Davis, Tyson gave a typically blunt response. He admitted some similarities might exist, but not in the way people imagine. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law, Tyson quipped, referring to Davis's off-ring controversies. The jab drew laughs, but it made a point. Tyson doesn't fully buy into the idea that Tank is his modern-day reflection.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about the Logan brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. And he tried to knock him out.
What's the money you think they paid Tank? Tank gonna make upwards around 100 million. Real talk, so you can't really blame him for taking that.
Interestingly, Davis hasn't always treated Tyson as an untouchable icon. After Tyson's loss to Jake Paul, Davis publicly criticized the fight, questioning why a legend would step back into the ring just for money. He implied that the spectacle may have damaged Tyson's legacy more than it celebrated it. The irony now is clear. Davis faces similar criticism himself for accepting a flashy, entertainment-driven fight against Paul. The cycle of fame, pride, and backlash seems to have come full circle.
Look at this face. What are your thoughts?
You're hearing that shit from me, that's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like it.
About it.
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put their hands on him. But I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing. Tank Davis guaranteed $40 million.
If you were in that position, would you fight Jake Paul?
Oh, hell yeah. You got to give Jake Paul his flowers. Mike Tyson, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul is a disruptor, and he's done a phenomenal job. You get big and famous enough to where they'll just hand you the title shot and completely throw out the ranking system.
If Jake Paul was to do that, I think that'd be the greatest sports accomplishment in history. Going from a Disney Channel kid to a YouTuber to becoming a world champion.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest, online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy, I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. Like, I think it started like that for him. But the influence of Floyd Mayweather, Money Man, not Pretty Boy, but the Money Man, and building your brand and selling tickets and selling pay-per-views and becoming a household name, that's also a legacy. You got the legacy in the ring and you got the legacy in terms of how you sold. I believe Gervonta Davis is more focused on selling tickets and making money and securing his future for himself and his family. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't got nothing else to prove. You trying to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, it's still a whole lot to prove. My point is, Roy, I don't think, should everybody hold this man to the standard that they hold him to and say, you not fighting nobody, yeah, you making money, but you ain't really fought nobody. If he don't even care about that, that's not even something that he's really focused on. If his main focus is the money, and his main focus is getting out of boxing without getting hurt and retiring on his own terms, shouldn't his fan base and other people get on board with that if that's not even his goal? How can we hold him to something like that if he don't even hold himself to that?
Many observers view the Davis versus Paul matchup as more spectacle than sport, a clash designed for entertainment rather than competition. Critics argue Davis skipped a rightful rematch with Lamont Roach in favor of a bigger payday. At a recent press conference, Davis fired back, saying he doesn't care what people think and telling fans to just enjoy the show. His defiance only fueled the drama. Exactly the reaction the event's promoters hoped for.
Your buddy Jake just signed on to fight Tank Davis. What do you think of that fight? He's got like 100 pounds on him.
Yeah, and they say that there's a large weight discrepancy, like me and Jeremy are the same size. It's his lower half is really small. My legs are gonna work the best that night. I have really strong legs. I'll squat twice the size that he can, and so my strong legs are gonna do work. Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him. Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
May fighter Mike Perry didn't hold back when voicing his disapproval of Gervonta Davis taking on Jake Paul. He claimed Tank isn't the same knockout machine he once was, suggesting his passion for the sport has dimmed. Perry argued that when a fighter loses that inner fire, it becomes dangerous, especially against someone naturally bigger, heavier, and more motivated. He warned that Davis could struggle against Paul, who might enter nearly 180 pounds heavier. That kind of difference, Perry said, changes everything, from punch impact to endurance to how much punishment each man can take.
How does Tank Davis beat Jake Paul? You have Shakur Stevenson saying Jake Paul doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, and that Gervonta Tank Davis would just outbox him and beat him on points.
I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
And I get that, but when I think of Tank Davis, I think of a guy who kind of counters you to knock you out. I think of a guy who's not really a busy fighter. And this isn't just a size thing, because hell, if it was Jake Paul versus the prime Manny Pacquiao, I would say Manny Pacquiao because of Manny Pacquiao's style, how busy he is, how he hops in and out, I think he would collect the points. While Tank Davis, I think he punches the least amount of all fighters in the world right now. So do I think he can one punch KO Jake Paul? Well, the thing is about Gervonta has really shown a huge amount of concern fighting anything north of 135. Check this out.
He hit me in the back of my head. That stung a little bit, but other than that, it wasn't really. That's why I was nervous. Like, he's 140, so I wasn't trying to get caught too clean.